Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to the Crimson Diamond. Our current main goal is to find Evan, who seems to have wandered off in his grief over Margot. We also have some secondary goals. We need to find Nessa, who very much disliked Margot, and interrogate her about her death and the arsenic we found, and see if maybe she was involved in overdosing her somehow. Um, Nathan is meeting Albert at the boathouse, so we need to listen in on that. There are a few other things we need. We need to find a way to better investigate the sparkly things in the smokehouse. We might need to wait until morning to do that, though. We need to get that jar out of the river. I think that's it. Let's see, is Kimi still lurking? Oh, Nessa? What are these marks on the ground? We need to look at this liquid first. The trail of small puddles seems to lead further south. Can we examine the liquid? The puddles of whiskey are staggered at irregular intervals, both on and off the path, almost as if whoever was responsible for them was also staggering. Okay, so that's going to leave us to Evan. But we need to follow Nessa first. Oh, Nessa and Corvus seem to be having an intense conversation. If I can get closer, maybe I'll be able to hear what they're saying. Okay. Maybe if I go back to this. Nope, I want to go to the garden and down. Hide. Hide. You conceal yourself behind an ideally situated apple tree. I won't be needing this anymore. Nessa takes a silver flask from her pocket and pours it out onto the grass. Oh. What's that? Water adulterated with poison. I soaked flypaper in a glass jar and poured the liquid onto my silver flask. Tossed the jars over the waterfall, easy as pie. I didn't think it would be quite so effective. I was thinking it would be more gradual, less dramatic. The tart couldn't even die properly, but no matter. It could look suspicious and be investigated. What does it matter? There aren't any rangers around or any other form of law in this godforsaken place. But we don't want any more complications. This will be all over soon, but we need to be bold. I'm ready for the next step. Good. What a strange conversation. Nessa mentioned tossing some jars into the river by the waterfall. I should go to the waterfall and take a look. We can't see where she left that. Alright. Huh. Ah. There's a whiskey trail. Brr, the dining room is a bit chilly. Oh, because the door was open? Okay. What should we do? Should we try and go and listen to the conversation at the boathouse? Before we... I keep missing these actual conversations. I see people waiting for the other person, but I can't actually... Excuse me, Miss Maple, I'm meeting someone in there. Oh, excuse me. Aha! So I need to, like, wander around a bit, I see. Can we listen? You don't hear any voices behind the boathouse door, even with the aid of the drinking glass. The river is too loud to hear anything, even though I know Nathan and Albert are in there having a conversation. What if I open the door? Well, they're gonna be safe having their conversation because I can't go in. I cannot enter this building. Goodbye. Okay. Alright, now to go find Evan, who I'm sure is not as safe as we would hope. I don't know how we would have overheard that conversation. Ah, Mr. Richards, there you are. Mr. Richards? Evan doesn't acknowledge your presence. He looks lost in thought, or maybe highly inebriated. Possibly both. Mr. Richards, what are you doing here? What if we take the decanter from him? You don't think taking the crystal decanter from Evan would go over very well. Could I show something to him? No. Put salty water in decanter. I don't know. What? That wouldn't benefit from an application of soot. Okay. Nessa was somehow involved in Margot's death. Yep, we know that for sure. Alright. Is that a rumbling? I hear a rumbling in the distance. Is that thunder? Ah, it sounds like an automobile heading towards the carriage house. Is Jack back from the train station? Maybe I should head over there and see what's going on. Or I could head to the lodge to see what's going on there. Take jar with rope. Take jar. What would be a safe way to get closer? Hold on. Save. Please don't fall in. You can't reach that. Okay. Huh. I've already talked to Jack, so maybe I should go to the lodge. Although Jack is someone who I know we can trust. Hold on. We know that there is like extra flypaper in the shed. In here. Okay. Look. There's a box of flypaper on the table. The colors are bright and the corners are crisp. It looks pretty new to me. Inspect flypaper. Take flypaper. Okay. The label sports a skull and crossbones. Thanks to your loop, you can read danger contains arsenic. Do not eat. Uh-oh. Unsettlingly large fly in the front. This box feels a bit light. Alright, we know for a fact Nessa took that. You settle into a chair around the dining table. Ah, Nancy, there you are. We're about to get started. Where's Mr. Richards? Don't you worry. Mr. Richards needs time to be alone with his thoughts. He'll probably be here in a bit. And where's Nate? Never you mind, Nancy. This here's Ranger Murdoch. He was out on patrol by the train station, lucky for us. I told him about poor Margot. He said he wouldn't mind stopping by and filing a report. A report? Whatever for? She had a fit and died. Bury her and be done with her. It gives me the creeps having a dead body around. I'm sure nothing's amiss, but how could I turn down Jack's hospitality? I'll take a look, file a report of the death, and save old Doc Travers a trip up here. What about the bridge explosion? Do you have any news about that? Bridge explosion? News doesn't travel very fast in these parts. I'm out in the bush most of the time. Of course, I was so distracted by Margot's death that I completely forgot to mention the bridge to Ranger Murdoch. Anyway, I sent a telegraph to the closest town. I'm sure the appropriate authorities are handling it. I'm sure. Bears and raccoons are more my jurisdiction. Not much happens out this way. Tomorrow morning I'll take a look at Miss Margot and be on my way. Sounds good. My, it's late. You must be bushed. I'll get you set up in the spare room upstairs. I'll be done here. I'm dreadfully tired. I am tired as well. Nessa and Corvus leave the table after exchanging what seems to be a series of impatient looks. Kimi follows soon after, seemingly unwilling to appear rude by leaving first. By the time Jack shows the ranger to the spare room, you realize a lot of time has passed and Mr. Richards still hasn't turned up. I should check up on Mr. Richards. Oh no, where's Mr. Richards? You are shocked to see such disarray. I don't like the look of this. Alright, check review to check the status of your Evan investigation. What happened? Is there any evidence of Mr. Richards' movements on the jetty? I should take a closer look and try to find some of his footwear too. It would be helpful to learn Mr. Richards' shoe size. I did see Mr. Richards on the jetty. I wonder if he left any fingerprints behind. Can I place anyone else at the jetty? Oh, I'll need everyone's shoe sizes before I can figure that out. The jar is still there. Okay, that's good. Okay. There appears to have been an altercation here. There are scuff marks on what might be a shoe print on the jetty. You see puddles of liquid, an overturned drinking glass, and what looks to be the crystal decanter broken into jagged shards. Oh dear. Inspect footprints. Upon closer inspection, you ascertain the shoe print came from a size 14 foot. First of all, I need to determine whether Mr. Richards himself made any of the shoe prints I found. Did Jack encounter Mr. Richards during the incident? I should find him and ask about his shoe size. Who knows what size Nessa's feet are under that long skirt? I'll need to investigate. Kimi wears size 6.5. She wasn't involved. What a relief. I saw Corvus sitting on the bench outside the study a little while ago. Could he have left any shoe prints behind? I've got Albert's shoe size, which will help implicate him or rule him out. Nathan could have made those shoe prints. I certainly can't rule him out. Have I seen Nathan walking in an area where he could have left shoe prints? I think so, and not too long ago. Size check. Okay. Okay. Look glass. Inspect glass. What a waste of good Canadian whiskey. Oily mark on the outside of the overturned whiskey glass. Dust glass. A fingerprint! Yay! Take fingerprint from glass. Look. Scuffs? Someone might have been dragged along the wooden boards of the jetty. These scuffs are pretty clear. Hopefully a closer examination will reveal more information. The direction of the scuff marks appear to lead away from the jetty and into the woods to the north. And these scuff marks were made by rubber-soled shoes. I'm not sure exactly whose shoes made these scuff marks. I'll need to look into that. Mr. Richards could have made the scuff marks, but I'll need to find out what kinds of shoes he wears. The mudroom will probably be useful for that. And And then there's the decanter. You see fragments of faceted glass scattered on the wooden jetty. Yikes! Whatever happened here, it doesn't look like it was a serene encounter. Examine decanter. You peer at the shattered remains of what is clearly the crystal decanter from the dining room. I last saw this in Mr. Richards' hands as he was seated right here in this jetty. What on earth happened here? Oh my, the decanter would have needed to be picked up and thrown down with some force to break it like this. The heavy crystal decanter has been broken into dozens of jagged shards. I think I see some oily imprints. I wonder who's been handling this decanter recently. Besides Mr. Richards, that is, because I doubt he would have broken the decanter intentionally. Dust the decanter. Take fingerprints from decanter. Compare fingerprints. Evan's fingerprint on the glass. Makes sense. Okay. You see some possible signs of a struggle. There are scuffs and shoe prints in the grass and on the path, and some tree branches have been snapped off. Scuffs and shoe prints and freshly broken branches. Look, branch. Inspect branches. You clearly see some long brown and gray hairs caught in the tree branches. Long brown and gray hairs, these look familiar. Nathan? Nathan is kind of graying, isn't he? I also had a kind of unrelated thought that maybe if we like tied the rope to something, we could use that to get the jar out of the water. Tie rope to trowel. Okay. Not the pick. Not the duck call. Tie rope to hammer. Does tie rope do anything for us? Okay, we should probably follow the scuffs first. Someone was dragged from the jetty and into this area, and it was a bit of a struggle. The scuff marks on the jetty are clearer and made on the wooden jetty. If I can identify those ones, it would help me identify the ones here. Okay. How about, a lot of the hairs have their follicles intact, so it was torn out. I'd say that some of these hairs were caught and pulled out with some force. Long brown and gray hair? Only Nessa has hair like that. Oh, Nessa. I should take a closer look at these scuffs. Okay, so it's Nessa's hair. Someone was literally digging their heels into the resist an outside force. Okay. Hello? Signs of a struggle continue in the area around the smokehouse. The scuff marks and shoe prints continue along the path and into the smokehouse. The door to the smokehouse is shut tight, but you can hear some indistinct noises inside. Eek! You don't hear any voices. Okay. Oh, what's that? Something round and metallic. Take button. You pick up the round metal button. Who could this belong to? I should look more closely at people and what they're wearing. Shiny and appears to be pretty new. Who could this belong to? I should look more closely at people and see what they're wearing. Okay. What if we knock? The person inside the smokehouse is either ignoring your knocking or is too preoccupied to hear it. I really don't like the look of this. Okay. Okay. No, not inventory. What does my notebook say? Okay. Investigate jetty for clues. Examine. Okay, yeah. What else is around here? Ah. There are shoe prints as well. These shoe prints came from size 14 and size 6 shoes. It appears that someone wearing size 14 shoes made these shoe prints. The scuff marks lead into the smokehouse. Uh-oh. Who could have made these scuff marks? Identify scuff marks outside the smokehouse. Oh, we can go in. You open the smokehouse door. Excuse me? Oh! Nancy, I'm busy in here. Please step outside. Nathan is frantically rummaging in the smokehouse. Nathan? Where's Mr. Richards? What's happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. If you don't have any helpful information, please leave me to figure this out. Oh, of course. On one hand, I'm relieved that I didn't stumble into anything ghastly. But on the other, where is Mr. Richards? And what's happened to him? I'll need to come to some conclusions and present them to Nathan. Maybe then he'll let me into the smokehouse and I can continue my investigation. I wonder who dropped this metal button that I found near the smokehouse. I'm going to need to figure out who was involved in the scene I found at the jetty. Okay. So, I was really nervous that something awful was going to be in there. Um, I'm still thinking about how I can get anything new in the cellar. How I can get that jar safely. I'm sure it has to do with the rope. Put fly paper on rope? Nope. Okay. My trusty friend, the icebox. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nothing in here. Huh. Well, I'm going to want to look in the mudroom. Because that's where shoes are. Most definitely. Okay. Cubbies for boots. Look boots. Which boots would you like to look at? The women's boots or the men's boots? Look women's boots. The women's boots are quite petite, with a small heel. They are made of black leather with rubber shoes and appear well used and maintained. Examine women's boots. You can just make out tiny letter M's in the women's boots, just above the number 5.5. Okay, so those are Margot's. That confirms these boots belong to Margot, and that she wears size 5.5 boots. Okay? I think we knew that already, and also she's dead. So, examine men's boots. The right-hand cubby. Thanks to your loop, you can clearly see the initials ER written on the inside of the boot in small letters above the number 12. These boots belong to Mr. Richards. Rubber soles, too. You also appear at the men's boots in the left-hand cubby. There's another pair of boots here that are marked with a J and are also size 12. These must be Jack's boots. These have leather soles. Aha! The shoe prints I found in the jetty aren't Evan's. It doesn't appear he walked away from the jetty. The scuff marks I found in the jetty leading away from the jetty were made by rubber-soled shoes. These rubber-soled men's boots belong to Mr. Richards. He's a practical man. I recall he was wearing a similar pair of brown boots last time I saw him at the jetty. Uh-oh, I think Evan was forcibly dragged away. Whose shoe prints are around the smokehouse? Learning everyone's shoe sizes will help me figure that out. Can I place anyone else at the jetty? Okay. I realize I forgot to look at the bridge, which is where we would see Nathan's footprints. Examine footprints. Okay. Nathan was on this side, right? I don't remember. I don't remember who was on which side. The shoe prints on this side of the bridge are quite large and freshly made. Considering I witnessed Nathan making these shoe prints, I can conclude he wears size 16. Okay. And what size footprints were on the jetty? 14. So who is even left? We know Jax. We know Corvus. And I think I saw his shoes by his bed. Oh. He's the only man left. I can't imagine Nessa has very big feet. You peer into the shiny, well-maintained shoes. Thanks to the loop, you can read the size printed on the sole, even though it's a bit faded. I see. These shoes are size 14. Seeing as they're set down by Corvus's bed, I think it's safe to assume they're his shoes. Okay. And... what about Nessa? Nope, not up here. Nessa was by the gazebo earlier. Or maybe we would find her footprints by where her hair was torn out. Okay. Some of these look like the same size 14 shoe, but there are smaller shoe prints too, possibly women's size 8. Okay. Well, process of elimination tells us that's Nessa. Okay. And now the question is, how can we tell what size Nessa's shoes are? And also, where is everybody? Shoe check. Review. Look. There are footprints. These are Corvus's footprints. Okay. Shoe review? I don't remember what I needed to... Size check. Size check. Mr. Richards wears size 12. Nessa. Albert and Miss Richards have the same shoe size. Nathan's feet are size 16. I'm relieved that he wasn't involved. Okay, so all we need is Nessa. And we know by process of elimination that she's size 8. I wish we could just say that. Did she leave her shoes around here somewhere? Is everyone sleeping now? No, they can't be. I have no idea where anyone is right now is the problem. Part of me wants to, like, wrestle her shoes off her feet or something. But that would not be much help, I don't think. Hey there, Nancy. Full house, isn't it? If you're looking for the ranger, he should be in the bathroom across the hall freshening up. Okay, that's where he's going to be sleeping. Jack said Ranger Murdoch would be in here. I wonder where he could be. On the balcony? Now we gotta find the ranger, too. Faint noise is coming from the closet. It sounds like someone's in there. You definitely hear someone or something in the upstairs closet. Why would someone be in there? Could it be a raccoon or something? Oh, pardon me. You stumbled upon the ranger rummaging in the closet. Ranger Murdoch, what are you doing in here? Oh, Miss Maple, is it? You certainly gave me a start. Jack directed me to the bathroom, but I don't seem to be in the right place. I'm used to being out in the wilderness, but a bucket doesn't seem that appropriate as a bathroom, eh? Ah, the bathroom is across the hall from the spare room. Oh, I thought Jack said across from the stairs. My mistake. Excuse me. What was he doing to that trunk? Blech. Sometimes you have to just type randomness in order to... Where did he go? In order to... Oh, there's Kimi. Yeah, sometimes you have to just type random stuff in. Ooh, there's someone in here. In order to get, you know, the text box to go away and be able to move again. Okay. Oh, hello. Don't you dare touch a thing. I'm looking for my ruby brooch, the one Margot stole. Oh, well, I can help you look for it. Not on your life. You'll just pocket it for yourself. Get out of here. Okay, we can't do anything in here. Okay. So they're in here. I still have no idea how to find out how big your feet are, old lady. Okay. So we can't do anything in here. I really have no idea how I'm supposed to find out how big Nessa's shoes are. And not unless I look in her room one more time. Search cupboard. Would she have more shoes? Look, suitcase. Okay. Okay. That's no help. Oh, what's in here? Listen with glass. And what government agency did you say sent you, Mr. Respa? Your government sent me. The specific name of the agency escapes me. Here, I have the documents. I trust they're in order. Thank you. Let's see. Yes, those look just fine. Of course they do. May I see your identification papers? There is a pause in the conversation. Even with the aid of the drinking glass, you strain to hear what comes next. See here, officer, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to root about in my documents to produce my identification papers at the moment. I am here because my government is doing a favor to your government, yes? Strong international relationships are vital, especially in the times to come. Doubtless you are aware of the current state of world affairs. I am. So if I were you, I'd take a step back and turn your attention to the dead woman in the cellar. Which is, after all, the reason you are here. Of course, have a good evening, Mr. Respa. So much for Canadian hospitality. Ah! Oh, Miss Maple, good evening. Good evening. Okay, I need to stop wandering around and doing nothing. I think I'll end it here. And we'll figure out how big Nessa's stupid shoes are next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more The Crimson Diamond.